Community Motors West Side, the GM Superstore next to Cinema West. Community Motors of Mason City, we give you more.
This one came out of my
Well, good
truck.
morning, everybody.
morning,
It's
Les.
January 24th, and it's 9:45. This time I'll open up the regular session of the Silver County Board of Supervisors. In front of us is the agenda for today and the minutes from the January 17th regular session and the three special sessions we had on the 17th and 18th and 19th.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, I move the agenda and the minutes of the meetings of the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Okay?
Okay, and yes, I will second that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve today's agenda and for one regular meeting and three special sessions. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Is there any old business? Hearing none, I'll move to new business. County engineer. Mary?
Plows and maintainers are both out right now. They were out yesterday, of course. Salted and yesterday, but it didn't seem to help much with the wind. Didn't stop until this morning, so they're at it again today. Second item on the agenda I have for your consideration is a request for a secondary road employee to carry over 47 hours of vacation. He has a non-work related injury that happened, which will require surgery, and his anniversary date is coming up on March 1st. So he, due to the emergency surgery, he won't be able to utilize enough vacation to get him to the normal carryover amounts. So he's requesting to be allowed to carry over 47 hours of vacation. And that's 47 hours total versus the 16 that's allowed.
Tom?
Under our FMLA policy, an employee is required to use their personal leave first, followed by vacation leave, because this particular employee has the maximum accrual of personal leave available. His entire FMLA leave will be covered by personal leave, thus not permitting him to use his vacation leave. So I suggest going ahead and approving the carryover.
Okay.
I'll also move to approve the 47-hour carryover.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve 47 hours of carryover vacation for a person in the road workers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of said motion say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
Next item on the agenda for your consideration is an agreement between Barker Moline Company and Silver County. It's for our it's a lease agreement. We lease a piece of property there to stockpile rock for road maintenance.
That's on that old, it's on an old building site, isn't it?
I believe so. It's
Pretty sure.
Clemmy Corner,
Yep.
B55 and X14.
What's your desires, please?
I would make a motion to authorize your signature for appropriate and to approve the agreement.
Okay.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to authorize the chair to sign the agreement between Barker Moline Company and Silver County to stockpile rock. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of said motion say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else?
That's all I have. We've had two vehicles, two snowplows that have been involved in accidents in the last two snow events. One was last Friday, and his sander was totaled, and We are in the process, we've got another one on order, we're picking it up today. But he is out and we've got it temporarily fixed, and then, the other one's front plow has a steel member that's damaged, and we should be able to take that to like J&J or somewhere like that and get another steel member, repaired, and that one happened yesterday morning, so. Pretty minor in the scheme of things, so it should be up and running.
They happen like early in the morning or middle of the day, or?
The last Friday happened maybe 10 in the morning, and this one about the same. Yesterday's was ice related, and Friday, the blowing snow, the vehicle that hit the plow just probably going a little fast for the conditions and didn't see the plow because of the blowing snow. So.
Okay.
Did you have a chance to speak to Mr. Anderson last week?
I did. He was upset about the snow in the mailbox.
Yes.
And I told him we would talk to the maintainer operator and ask him to slow down. And then he's still concerned about his drainage. And the pipe that goes under the road should be adequate to handle the water, but he's still concerned.
I told him we continue to monitor the situation. We certainly haven't forgotten about it.
And I told him, I said, if you have any problems, please notify us
Right.
sooner before later, so something can be done if
I
needed.
said that if there were problems, we'd address them, as quickly as we could. So, I don't know
And
what you could do at this point.
I know he's concerned about the property owner, I think it's Schwark Properties or something, like the land management. He tiled all that area, and he called us and said, well, you can hook into your tile, and I wrote him a letter that says we do not provide those. He can either hook onto it in private property, or he can get a permit from our office to enter into the right of way and hook onto it, and he never came and got a permit, so I'm assuming that he found it in his field and hooked onto it. But I told Mr. Anderson there was nothing I could do about him tiling that property as long as he didn't cross any drainage boundaries. And when he had the work done, it didn't appear as if he had crossed any drainage boundaries. I went out and looked, some of that does drain southeasterly, and it looks like that portion that does drain that way naturally was tiled that way. And then he asked about the existing tile, and I said, you're right, it probably will not be able to handle all that new tile, but the tile will blow out, or it'll blow out the intake on the north side of the road where we have that standpipe. It kind of will act as the pressure relief, and it will blow out and go via the surface then. So hopefully it shouldn't be a problem.
I just told him we'd monitor it. We weren't forgetting about it.
Yeah.
So.
He was not a happy camper on Friday,
No.
I think, when he called.
He was happier when he talked to me.
Oh,
But,
that's good.
but anyway, I told him, I tried to reassure him that we would do everything we
Yep.
could to make sure that nothing happened there. At this point, I don't know what else we can really do.
It's-
Until we see a real
Problem.
amount of precipitation and the effects.
I'm pretty
We just don't know.
confident we shouldn't have a problem. The water overtopped the road in 2008 there, but it was because his neighbor had a log pile, like split wood in the backyard piled in the drainage way, and the water carried that down, and then it plugged the culvert, so the culvert wasn't running at full capacity. And I told Mr. Anderson, I said, you may want to tell your neighbor to move that log pile, because that was the whole reason water had gone over the road there, is because the culvert was plugged. So I feel fairly confident that the culvert will work and function as long as it's remained open.
Good.
Anything else from Mary? Okay, moving on to county auditor's business.
Okay. At this time, I would so move to accept and authorize the chair's signature on the claims presented this morning.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion second to authorize the chair to sign the claims as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Payroll.
The only payroll item I have is the payroll warrant report.
Motion to approve the warrant.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion second to approve the January 14th warrant report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Is there any drainage?
I have no drainage items.
Okay. Item number 4, cigarette permit for pure pleasure.
It is before you for consideration this morning.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion second to approve a cigarette permit for pure pleasures. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. At this time, it is 10 o'clock and we're going to move down to item D, public hearing on the Harrison subdivision. Tom, would you like to give us an update?
I believe the information is all before you on this proposed two-lot subdivision, 45.47 acres in the southwest quarter of Section 3 and the southeast quarter of Section 4 in Lincoln Township. This is just a two-lot subdivision of this 45.47 acres. Both lots are in excess of 10 acres, so both lots in the subdivision will remain zoned A1. On proposed Lot 1 is 10.13 acres. New house is currently under construction on that property. Proposed Lot 2 is the remainder of the land. A significant amount of this land is in the floodplain of the Winnebago River and will be undeveloped. The boundary of that area, which has a 1% chance of flooding in any given year, which is given the misnomer of a 100-year flood, was determined by a professional engineer. There were several corrections that the county engineer determined needed to be made to the plat before it came to you, and those revisions have been made. The Planning and Zoning Commission at their meeting on January 5th recommended approval of the subdivision plat with the stipulation that the changes be made as mentioned by the county engineer, and like I said, those have been made. Essentially, the reasons behind the plat is it's for financing purposes. Mr. Harrison will continue to own both lots 1 and 2. We're seeing more of this where an individual or corporation's lender wants a marketable piece of property should, in the unlikely event that the owner defaults on the loan. And so we're seeing more of this. Again, we're only talking about 2 lots, and basically Lot 2 is undevelopable because of the presence of the floodplain of the Winnebago River. Mr. Berry is here representing Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison is here as well.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
I just want to say, unique piece of property, and a lot of times the river is big, like a Winnebago property line. I mean, you have both sides of the river. It's kind of unique property is what I'm getting at. And then be able to get a footprint far enough away from the floodplain area. But anyway, that's all my comment.
Okay, at this time, I'll open up the public portion of this hearing.
Is that
Is
what
there
my
anybody
vote
who'd like to speak?
for the record?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay,
Matt Berry, an attorney for Chad Harrison and Jennifer Harrison. The only thing I'd like to say is, once again, I see nothing but the total professionalism of Mr. Krasinski's office and his staff in going through this process. They have made this a relatively easy process, and I want to thank them for all of the work that they always put in every time I come before you with one of these subdivisions, and appreciate how smooth this process works.
okay. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak? If not, I'd entertain a motion to close the public portion of this hearing.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion second to close the public portion of this hearing. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. What is your wishes this morning?
Yes, I would so move for approval of the said zone change. For resolution number 19.
And second resolution 19.
Okay, we got a motion second to do resolution 2012 number 19. The approval of the Harrison subdivision. Is there any other questions? Hearing none. All those in favor of resolution 2012 number 19, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
You bet. Moving back up to item number C, county treasurer. Number one, motion to abate the second half 2011 taxes in the amount of $74 plus interest and cost, and AUI 2012 taxes in the amount of $148 plus interest and cost on mobile home, VIN number 42012, jumping certificate, 170119565, dated January 18, 2012. Pat,
That pretty much says it all.
does that say it all?
Yep,
I didn't realize that I said it all.
yes, yep. When we place a junking certificate on anything that is taxed as real estate, then we need your final approval to abate the taxes.
Okay?
Motion to abate the taxes.
Okay, and I'll second that.
Thank you.
We got a motion and second to abate the taxes
You haven't heard the vote yet.
I know.
as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Moving down to item E, manure management plan. Consider reports from the Planning and Zoning Administration, Environmental Health Services Manager concerning the manure management plan for Tom Weaver, gestation and farrowing. In order that the reports be forwarded to the Department of Natural Resources. And since that's my expertise, I'll make a motion that we accept his report and send a copy to the DNR.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and second to accept his plan and send a copy to the DNR. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item F, agreements and contracts. Authorize the chair to sign the lease agreement with Peterman for office space at Mohawk Square for Sarah County Juvenile Court Services. I think most of you know that we take care of the juvenile court services for this district, and we see they have a place to work out and stuff. And it's the same as it's always been. It's in Mohawk Square, and it's a 5-year lease. They upped the price a little bit, but it's the same price as what Department of Health and all I'm going through. So I'd entertain a motion to accept this.
Okay, also move.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second to authorize the chair to sign the lease agreement with Dearman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 2, authorize the chair to sign the service agreement with Waste Management for rural recycling in Rockville. There's no change to the fee, and it does a real nice job to help people in the surrounding area of Rockville. We've done this for years. I'd entertain a motion to authorize the chair to sign it.
So moved.
I'll second.
Got a motion second, to authorize the chair to sign the agreement. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Move on to item G, appointments. I do have one, Mr. Roy Market from Mount Vernon Township moved to town, and he's a township trustee. And Dave Newman has graciously volunteered to take his place. So I make a motion that we make Dave Newman one of the new trustees for Mount Vernon Township and take Roy Mark with us.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Yes, I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion and second to put Dave Newman on as Mount Vernon Township trustee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Mr. Chairman, could there be a letter sent to
Yep,
Mr. Mark Hort, thanking him for his service?
you bet. Item H, correspondence and communications.
I have neither.
The last one is adjournment.
Also move.
Second.
Did you want to stay here while we're on?
No.
No,
I
okay.
think will.
We got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you all.
They got two things like last week.